bash, God willing. It's a Saturday night. You don't work that night.
I don't
and
work.
Friday we're having a party.
I work the Friday night, but I'm going to come to your house
Friday,
right
as
after.
soon as you're through, we'll save the chicken for you.
Listen, your heartbeat is not speeded up at all. You're perfect. 72.
Anyone that sits with you is essentially relaxed. You know I love the Irish.
Thank you, Daddy.
Take care of yourself.
Daddy Thomas.
Goodbye.
God
Take
bless.
care.
Ah, here they are.
Michael.
How are you? How are you?
Hi, Mike.
You know who these people are? My next guests have been making music and rock history for years as members of groups like Buffalo Springfield, the Hollies, and supergroup Crosby, Stills, and Nash. They have influenced an entire generation, continuing to innovate both individually and as a team. And tonight, they come to share with us their feelings on a very important issue. Here are Graham Nash, Stephen Sills. I can hear the young voices going, wee out there. I read over the weekend in the Los Angeles Times about this Peace Sunday event that's happening. And
At the Rose Bowl.
And we talked about it this week on the show.
Great.
And the list of people, go over the list of people, it's incredible.
Well, from some of the musicians that we've gotten together, there's myself and Stephen, of course, possibly David, Jackson Brown, Linda Ronstadt, Danny Fogelberg, Joan Baez,
Stevie Wonder,
Taj Mahal, Donovan, Jesse Colin Young.
No wonder you need the Rose Bowl.
It's going to be
And you're going to
fabulous.
fill it. And I've heard rumors, only rumors, of names like Springsteen, McCartney.
There are rumors at this point, for sure.
What is the purpose of the event, gentlemen?
To give everybody that never had a voice, you know. So many people think that, you know, what can I do? I'm just one person.
Exactly,
you know.
and that's what they say
You know,
when you ask them
there'll be, you know, 74,999 other lonely people there, you know, all raising our voices to sing, to make a statement to the administration that there's a vast constituency of people out there that are very upset with their run towards the world's arms race. And so we're in support of the United Nations Special Sessions on Disarmament, which starts the day after on June 7. We're going to have this concert on June 6th, and in June 12 in New York, they're going to possibly get 500,000 people. So during that week in June, there's going to be a major statement made by the people of the country that they're upset about the course that's being taken.
Now, speaking of the people of the country, the people who cannot be at the Rose Bowl on Peace Sunday, what can they do?
write a letter
There's lots of things, you know.
to whoever whoever represents you. Dwight Eisenhower said something interesting before he left office. He said many interesting things. He said, see if I get it right. He said, the people of this country want peace so badly that one of these days the government is going to have to get out of the way and let them have it. And that's sort of the way it goes. The process of getting into a rational debate or rational discussions with the Soviets is something that is, all the mechanism is there, and it's an attitude that has to change within the administrations and the people that draft the resolutions. And
it's gathering momentum incredibly throughout the world.
They've got to believe, though, that the people of the country are serious about it.
You know, Robert Culp said something. He was very excited when he was talking, and I mentioned the fact that I had seen, and I'm sure you did too, the Japanese people.
400,000 people.
400,000 people showing up.
All of them dying at the same time, symbolically. I thought it was
exactly.
wonderful.
It was just wonderful. And he said if we could just get them and all of us and walk into Moscow and say, hey, we're not really the heavies. We don't want anything.
Just recently, they had 400,000 people in Romania at an anti-nuke demonstration, which was amazing, led by the premier of the country in Romania.
Yeah,
so dialogue is happening. Nobody wants a unilateral disarmament, of course. It has to be a bilateral thing.
But that's so typical of Mr. Eisenhower to say something like that, and so meaningful.
They better get out of the way.
Exactly. In the 60s, guys, the late 60s played such an important role in the day's social issues. Can it still?
Absolutely.
The music.
Steve and I and lots of people have noticed that in this beginning part of the 80s, there's a very similar feeling to the 60s. Apathy is dying. People are beginning to realize that they are the constituency of the entire country, and they are raising their voices.
And the fact that we're 12 years older has something to do with the manner in which we take on these things. In other words, I can see how in the late 60s, some of the crazies in the streets could be quite frightening to a lady from Des Moines, you know. So, but now I am the father of her grandchild, and that's who we're defending more than anybody, you see. And so You know, I have copies of Senate resolutions and so on in my briefcase downstairs, and we're attacking it on that level as well. And it's not an attack, it's just simply stating a very obvious fact.
The exciting thing is the unity created between, the church is getting more and more deeply involved in this nuclear arms race issue. They are co-sponsoring the show at the Rose Bowl with the Alliance for Survival. And when you can get the churches to agree amongst themselves, that's a major step in itself.
I should say.
You know, for them to agree to...
You know, tomorrow night Ed Asner will be here, and it just occurred to me that whole Lou Grant issue.
Well, I refuse to abrogate my rights as a citizen because I happen to make my living from being in the public eye, an entertainer. I'm first a father and a citizen of this country, and no one will tell me that I don't have the right and the duty to stand up and say whatever I choose about whatever I choose.
I am surprised the more people don't feel that way.
Oh, it appalls me that they even talk about it.
It's getting larger. The constituency is growing by leaps and bounds. You can't open a newspaper or turn on a television nowadays without seeing something about radical issues with the strangest people voicing their opinion.
Martin Sheen was here the other night and said something that stayed with me. He said the Vietnam War would still be going if it hadn't been for the people.
Very possibly. And if the American people can stop the Vietnam War, surely we can make a major statement that helps stop what could possibly be the annihilation of the human species.
Oh, there's no question about it. Nobody is going to win the next war, should there be another war.
They're trying to make it thinkable.
That's right.
No.
That's what's so frightening. They are.
But anybody who buys
they've got this obsession with civil defense, and they want everybody from LA is supposed to go to the desert. You have 17 minutes to get to the desert.
Take your credit card. Take your credit
minutes on that road.
See you on the freeway.
That is ludicrous.
Really?
I'll be right back. Thank you, gentlemen, very much, and good luck on Peace Sunday. God bless you both. That's wonderful.
Sure.
And we'll be right back with our film critic, Michael Medved, to tell us about Conan the Barbarian.